Hey everybody, Shay here. Welcome back to another blind let's play of GreedFall. Here we have Alakaitis Sarday and her companions, and we are doing the fourth of 5 of these mess up videos where I'm doing commentary on top of a blind playthrough, let's play. Those of you who have made it this deep into the series know that this is a blind let's play, but just in case people are skipping around, I don't know why you do that. But in any case, this episode right here is all about clearing out the redwoods, because I have carried these missions around for so long, and they really, I was going to say, really were as easy. No, they could have been, they should have been as easy as they should have been. That made enough sense? But the turns out I cut around a lot. I'm looking at the episode length right now. It's just under an hour. I can swear I had an hour and a half recorded for this episode. Because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hunt some foxes. And when we came to this board, we luckily dropped in at night. And I do recall how I started this episode, because I was starting to talk about, it'd be nice is if they showed us like where the chicken farm was. Like, I don't even know, I've never seen a chicken in this game, but it would have been nice if I knew like where they even storing the chickens, and if I saw some dead chickens. And as soon as I said that, I was like, what's that blue thing on the ground? Oh, it's the dead pheasant chickens. So I was like, okay, well, you use the pheasants. And then I noticed this crack in the wall, and I don't know if I noticed this before. By the way, I was holding the space bar. Not right there. Oh, I see what I might have been doing there. I wasn't sprinting, but I was hitting the space bar to go through the wall, because normally if I'm just running with the space bar, it'll just automatically activate those skills. Okay, I was really confused there, because I'm like, no, I'm trying to get through. I wasn't hitting E. So I thought maybe I couldn't get through. But I was looking for more chickens or foxes. I'm like, well, they said they're in the back. So where the hell are the foxes? And I just got back to this crack in the wall. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're sneaking in through here and taking the chickens. They're all dead. Anyways, we have to level up, and I had some talents. Well, let's see what crafting with the 2. I can get 3 with Kurt. I was talking about intuition again. If I just got, I already had 2 though. Oh, I would need, I was going to say Vasco. I would have 3. Lockpicking is with the gear. And so now I'm trying to find out. Like, charisma comes up a lot, but I don't like the penalty chance. And then there's vigor. Is that with vigor, I knew that if I at least got 1 point in vigor, I could get 2 from the clothing. I carry around the scout's tunic or whatever it's called. And then I would eventually get Suar to friendly, and then it's effectively 3 vigor. So we would be able to go anywhere in the game. And I almost always have Ciora with me if I'm in the wilds, because it just feels right to me. So there you go. And I'm going up that chain, even though I haven't looked into it. Haven't triggered anything. Let's see if I can keep up with the reading here if I click on this. Okay, so Frezengad is a particularly wild forest area inhabited only by the most. Now, I can't read everything because my head's blocking it. So unfortunately, I cannot read all this. In any case, it's the ancient woods. We have the village of Anim Sadi, clan of the shadow spirits. Let's see, we got rituals. Okay, sacred. So this is where the sacred stuff happens. Their name means long shadows, perhaps because of the clan that inhabits it. So yeah, fairly straightforward information there. And the original village of Tirnahakadaktis. I screwed up on that so many times. So the mistress of the where all the magic happens. It's like the head magic person, spiritual leader, I guess, or yeah, of the natives. And we have the camp. So the Donai Askragao have invested and rebuilt this ancient village, which banned to serve as a secret camp. So these are the guys hiding out. And then we have the course of the Great Hunt, which is where we did the bells. We fixed all the bells. The natives go there. They dress up as an animal, and then they get hunted, and everything goes well. They'll have a good and abundant season in the following year. And then we have the Kredwin, the Heart of Trees, and it's a sanctuary. I believe that's where they do the ritual, if I recall correctly. So I'm going off memory there, after a lot of other disruption from hyper editing 10 episodes through 10 episodes and doing this commentary on top of episodes that I don't remember talking through, cutting out a lot in order to pull it off, but hopefully it's enough. And like I've said in the other videos, I do apologize for this mess up. and I'm doing the best I can to keep this at least entertaining enough so that it's not just a a blind run or something like that. So we have the laboratory manager. I wish they gave her a name. That was weird. In spite of her efforts, the scientist found herself involved in the atrocious experiences of her mentor, Dr. Asili. She witnessed the torture suffered by the poor natives in captured knots. And although these methods have obviously disgusted her, she never had the courage to jeopardize her reputation and her career to oppose him. We have Dr. Asili. Dr. Asili is considered one of the greatest scholars of the Bridge Alliance. As comfortable with mathematics as with botany or medicine, he is best known for being the inventor of inoculation, a treatment allowing people not to catch certain diseases. He was Afra's mentor for several years before she left the circle of his students. But his obsession with the discovery of a cure for the Malachor has pushed him to extremes that even his peers would condemn, torturing native and knots without remorse in his secret laboratory hidden under the city of Heckman. Good timing there. We have Mev. Mev is both the Tir Nahak Kadaktis, the highest spiritual authority of Tir-4D, and the head of Animin Shadi clan, the shadow spirits of the village of Vidshadir. I can't believe I pulled all that off in one go. Her knowledge of the mysteries of the island, remedies, and religious practices, as well as a natural friendship with most of the ferocious beasts, earned her immense respect from the natives. Although it would probably be more accurate to say that they fear her. She is less involved in political affairs and lives mostly isolated to meditate and maintain the strong link that binds her to the island of Tir-4D. Yeah, she's a cool character. Again, I suppose you could have met her a lot earlier in the experience, not as late as I did in this game. But yeah, that was a cool discovery. Anyways, so now I likely sprint and pull it off, and I'm surprised by it. Shocking. You weren't hitting space sprint before. And so I'm like, okay, so where's this? Where are the foxes? I figured I'd just take out 4 of them right there. I didn't. One surprised me right there. Barely caught it in time. Pow. We got 1 out of 4. Now this is where I probably cut, and I love how they do put the little detail there that the pheasant is out there. But I cut around likely 20 to 30 minutes here because of what has to happen next, which I had committed to. I wanted this off my quest log, and I was determined to pull this off. And so the benefit of doing the commentary on top of this is, of course, well, it depends. Some people like really long episodes, but meandering and talking about silly stuff that is not really meaningful is okay. It's just a bitch to cut around sometimes, because I have to go searching for the parts that are more relevant versus the ones where I just quiet down so I can cut around things, because I know I'm like, listen, just shut the fuck up, just cut around sometime. And then in my head I was like, I look at the watch, I'm like, I log it somehow. I do it subconsciously because I don't know how I do it, but then I record a certain amount over because I was like, probably have 20 minutes I can cut through or something like that, you know. Anyway, so then I teleport. I'm like, all right, well, let's look for the brigands instead. I think this is that other mission, right? And I'm trying to guess where those are. Now I am looking in the distance there because I cannot tell. That might be a tree with just like a light on it. It's just strange, or like a fire burning at the base of it. I couldn't remember. It threw me off, and I was very. And so I'm looking for the. I'm trying to see if I can. I was trying to guess where I might have seen them, because part of me I was like, I remember seeing a camp somewhere. And they said to the west or something like that, right? So I was trying to, I'm like, well, let's go to each of the campsites and comb that area, of course, with the glorious magic of editing. I did cut around a lot of that meandering and discussing, which goes back to what I was talking about, which is doing it this way. I can at least go, all right, you know what, let's just see this. So I actually accidentally stumbled upon the campsite on the first go, which made me very happy because I knew I was going to be in for a ride with those damn foxes. Because it turns out the foxes aren't around the area of that camp, and so I spent maybe 10-15 minutes just in that area looking for foxes and having no luck whatsoever. And so I'm like, what if it's anywhere at night on this map? I don't know how that could be the case, because it'd be really far. Like, in some cases I went really far. But what I couldn't do is what I noticed right here. I'm like, I can't be exploring during the day. If I'm going to be doing the fox thing, make sure it's always night. And as I wander around the map, I will Try to trigger the fox. I don't know what the hell I'm doing right now since it's still daytime. But did I forget where I was? I don't know what I thought there. But in any case, I know there's a campfire around here somewhere. Am I wrong? Did we not just come from a campfire? I likely got disoriented there. Yeah. So I thought I remembered. So yeah, and then from here, oh, I think I was trying to figure out where the hell I was relative to like a past experience, and then I saw the fires there in the distance. I was like, okay, it was the battlegrounds. So really from here, it's just bumping it up to nighttime and starting to comb around the map. I don't remember how far I went. I tried to go close-ish, somewhere to the middle of the map or something like that, and then go from there. Vivyigadog. That's the one I have trouble saying. Vivyigadog. What's that other camp? I forget where that. Anyways, why am I pondering this now? I'm not actually making this selection. I'm just watching. So wherever we went, I think I aimed for somewhere in the middle of the map, and I eventually run into a fox here. I hope for context I pull up the map so we can at least get context where this was. I did think it's strange. I was like, well, I'm not going to go where there's like a bunch of, because I was dodging a lot of these like packs and stuff like that. Because I just assumed, like, why would there be like a fox or a pheasant in a pack of that? And I realized, well, the game, as far as I know, doesn't have AI like Inquisition. Didn't Inquisition? Inquisition did. Yeah, the wolves would chase the deer and stuff like that. Sex. But I hadn't seen it in this game, and so, oh, I didn't cut it around. I was just like, just at least part of this. Let's demonstrate just how silly this run was. So I kept this in, and I'm getting a little bit nauseous watching this and fast forward on a big screen, on a wide screen, right now. So hopefully, all of you are surviving this. But it does give you some context as to just how much range I traveled to look for foxes just so I could clear this stinking mission. I wish they had kept this a little easier to do near that area instead of having to do this. This is annoying. Yeah, okay, so I figured I'd get one fight out of the way. I think at this point I was also measuring that experience bar. I was seeing like, how much experience do you get by taking out these creatures? And then of course, lo and behold, where I kill these creatures appears a fox. I'm certain of it. That's why there it is, coming out of the bushes. That one almost ran free, and I know that if they get the bushes, they'll just disappear. So I thankfully spam queued, and then daytime. It was like perfectly timed. Oh, it was like the last opportunity, and I got it. And there it is. Now dawn. And the quest log is clean. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It was a mental barrier. That one actually was really close to camp. It was literally around the camp. But that was only 2 of them. The other 2 were not near camp. They were in the middle of the map. Damn it. Okay, so let's teleport. And at this point, I've edited so many episodes that I am disoriented as to what comes next. So I am watching this pseudo-blind, even though I played this 5 days ago. At this point, we're almost entering the weekend again. 4 days ago. What am I doing? Oh, let's talk about this. I remember why I left this in. I was like, what? This is boring. Why did I keep this in? Because I really wanted a new cape. I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this ratty ass cape with the dirt on the bottom. There has to be a new cape in this game that I can get. But any of the capes I could get, I was like, I'm not going to get a sun cape even though I like the red. But I saw that blue one, and then I realized, wait a minute, that blue one's the not cape. What the hell have I been wearing this whole time? Because see, when I see those 2 things, I thought they were 2 pistols. And I talked about this, and I remember what I talked about. So I'm going to talk about it, because I'll talk about where the screw up is. Because I was, even like the tapestry hanging inside the coin barracks. I was like, why are they hanging knot? Like, or in the inn or whatever it was. I was like, why are they hanging knot things? By the prison? A couple times I made those comments, and they sounded silly to me even as I made them. I'm like, I don't understand why this makes sense. because they were coin. It was the coin. But see, look at the where my mouse is. It's looking at. See, they look like crossed pistols there, and I'm like, oh, pistols, like the pirates. They got the pistols and stuff like that. I figured that's the pirate thing. They're blue. They tend to be in blue, so I made that comparison. Whereas I looked at the black one here with the white swooshes, and I'm like, those are blades. Those are like the coin guards. They got the blades. I got that more. I don't know. And then I see this, like, this one looks cool. I like this outfit on her quite a bit. And I saw the white shield with the A, and I talked about that one where I thought that was the Bridge Alliance. I know it's not now. But I saw the triangle, and I know it's triangle with stars, and it's a congregation of merchants, but I saw it and I thought it was an A, and I was thinking Bridge Alliance. So even though sometimes I was not doing that, because I do call out the Bridge Alliance being the blue and the orange or whatever it's called, but in some cases where I would think about the gear I was looking at and I'd see those symbols, there would be this instant error, like that would just happen, and I would just go on it. I'd be confused by it, where even in the name of the gear, it would be obvious because it would tell you, like the sailor coat and the knots, and then I could have just associated the symbol that way, but for so long. Anyway, so I like this look on her. I like this blue on her. I like the gold thing. It works with her design. It works with her white pants. And for some reason, this game, I really wanted the gear to like look right. It was almost more than what the stats were. I just wanted to look right on the character, and I wanted them to match as much as possible. I don't know what it was, but I did like here, and I talked about, yeah, but she stole this fair and square from Vasco, and she looks great in it. And I'm like, if I'm going to replace it, I need to replace it with one of those things, you know? So I like this. So I found this red one, and it's purple. And I could upgrade it, and it could have been better. And I was like, okay, I think I found it. But I didn't like the red. I was like, God damn it, though. It's red, and it clashes with the cape I just got. So I didn't know what to do, but I needed a change. I needed a change because it's just, I feel like I was entering like the third act. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I do like this quite a bit. I think it's very pretty. But Bridge Alliance, absolutely hell's no. And this is a knot one, and it's literally called the Sailor's Coat. I just picked up on this at this point in the game, that the names of things were associated to the faction. This one's also cool. I like that short one quite a bit, but I got too used to seeing the long on her, and I do like the white kind of the highlight colors on it. Match her pants. And then I was like, hey, Vasco, you want your clothes back, Vasco? I got so used to Vasco like in this sailor stuff, and I think it looks great. I think it looks great. He looks pretty in the sailor's coat. But I like that the sash there matches her now. And I figure that because I can't seem to pull off the friggin' relationship between these two, then at least the headcanon here is that the fanfic is that, of course, they're still secret. They're just having secret rendezvous and stuff like that. But they're just not public about it. But he gets his gear back. It looks great in it, just the same. But then we enter. We enter another scenario here. Hold on. Do I do it now? Yeah, no, give him his clothes back. He deserves it. You know what he deserves more, though? So I get to this point, and I'm like, shit, hold on. Because now, although his hat matches the upper section here, you know, it's got a good color sequence happening. Works for him. But you know who it doesn't work for? Alakai. So even though I got the better hat, I'm going to make the sacrifice for my secret lover, Vasco. And I'm going to give him the better hat so that it matches. It also matches his upper stuff there. It looks great. Looks pretty. And I'm going to take the lesser hat because it matches me better with the reds. And that's it. I'm just, yeah. It's important to me. And so I'm going to go forward the way that makes me feel special. I need to color coordinate, damn it. I like this gear. Now she looks great. And Vasco looks great. They look great together. Let's go on with the game. Let's move on. Okay. That was a good return. Okay, so where do I go from here? I don't know. Who do I want to take? I don't even know what I'm up to right now. I don't know what I'm up to. Oh, I have the personal quest with Kurt to consider. I think I was crafting the upgrades or something. I don't know what I was doing. Or I want to do upgrades. I forget.
Glad
I'm
to
trying to
see
get.
you,
Oh,
my
I'm
friend.
trying to get the romance
Can I do anything
thing
for
here,
you?
so I came back up in my memory.
How did you become a Nord?
As you may have guessed, I am
So I'm seeing if there's an option
I
that
was
I
given
might
to
have
the
missed,
Nords when I
or
was a little. I think I was originally from. I took my first steps on the deck. Did you want anything else?
someone walked me through the
How
steps I
did
had
you
to take,
become
and I'm
a
like, I swear I took those,
As
and I
you
found
may
them in
have
past
guessed,
videos. I
I was
went
given-
back,
I think I
episode
was originally
7.
took my first.
I
Did you want
triggered
anything
the
else?
first. I think there's 3 things you got to do. I forget what they are now, but so the first one is in episode 7. I saw
must
it. I
leave
did it
you.
again in episode somewhere around 13, 14, 15, something like that. And in theory, what should have happened is, some third option would have happened after me saying what am I talking about sailing, something about sailing, and I'm like, I swear I talked to him about that when he got his face re-tattooed, like he got the tattoo after like the personal quest. And it was I recalled it. I was like, it was right there. I could swear, because in my head I was like, I already knew early on in the game Alakai wanted to be a Nod. That was part of my headcanon. If it didn't happen or wasn't allowed, it's just the RP for her was like, no, this character's original concept, she's a pirate. That's why I made Alakai in this game. And so I was like, I want this to happen in headcanon. If not, and then the romance was there. So, anyways, let me not interrupt something here. Because now I lost my train of thought, because I thought this was going to kick off a different scene that didn't happen. So, Jesus, what a mess. Anyways, I'll talk about that after. Let's get through this stuff.
My fair cousin! Come closer and tell me what brings you...
I wanted to inform you of our progress in the attempt to discover a cure. As you advised me, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him Enon Mil Frichtemen, the god of many faces.
Frichtemen.
He is very powerful and protects the island.
How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition?
I saw it take shape with my own eyes during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its
I
vengeance.
just realized Malakor's
You are referring to the
was written with a
secret
capital
we
M.
unearthed.
Talking
The
to the bridge.
entire continent is
away.
paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective.
But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal.
Katasak, my friend. I saw you flinch hearing that name. You were familiar with this being.
All of the
Come back to me.
Donegada know him, even in their flesh.
I know it was only 4 or 5 days ago, but
He is Tir Fredi. It is with him we make
Yeah,
our bond.
cool.
But I would be surprised that he is at the origin of your sickness. He is generous and only rages when attacked and wounded.
I fear that that is exactly what we did. Cousin, I know that I ask much of you, but I have no choice. You need to go and find this magical being. I won't survive for much longer. Beg him. Offer him all that he wants, but we must have this remedy. I need it.
I shall do all in my power, Constantine. I promise you. But is there a way to communicate with him? I was already sent to fight a guardian under that pretext, in the hopes that it would kill me.
There is a way so sacred that even we Donegada cannot use it. Enon
That's a
Mil
pretty strong
Frichtemen decides.
narrative
It is
quest
not
trigger.
I who judges
just
your
said there.
intentions. Go and find Glendon, the sage of the village council of
So sacred.
Dorhagenadu.
Right, so rare
If he deems you worthy,
that you
he
need
will
someone
guide
so
you
worthy
to be able to
to be
speak
able to
with
push
him.
this quest forward.
You must present this seal. It will prove that you are the friend of a member of the council.
I had no idea that such a talisman was required.
You have not yet been named Mal of your clan, Siora, daughter of Bladned. When this has come to pass, we will give you a seal that allows you to give voice to your friends when visiting the council.
It is a symbol of great trust. Why are you awarding me this?
I do not wish to lose the soul who has put their life in my hands. And also, you have proven you are our friend.
Vital
back
turning
there
point right there.
in my
I call it the
village.
secret weapon
Thank
pattern.
you,
So you get
Katasak.
this tablet.
I will not forget this honor you bestow upon me. And thank you, fair cousin. For everything.
It generally happens when the protagonist gets to a point where they unlock this special thing that allows them to proceed and to confront the threat. The threat is the Malachor in this game, of course. The theme is family. We've talked about this, doing it for your cousin. And so how are you going to get to the next step? You get this item, and this item is going to unlock the opportunity for you to take the next step on this quest. And then that's whatever that is, it's going to kick off in Act 3. And that's how I've kind of broken it down in my head. That's how it feels. And so now I'm kind of experienced this was from here to the end of the next episode. I'm absorbing it as this is setting up the end game.
You have returned. The rule is still the same, you know.
I
Yeah,
am
but we're
Siora,
getting there.
daughter
This
of
is weird
Vladnid,
because she
daughter
was
of
just told.
Meb. My mother,
Yeah.
the Mal of the Red Spears, was a member of the council.
All here remember, and the Vorst Tirse. She was a
I do like this
courageous
exchange
Mal,
quite a bit, though.
but you are not yet Mal in her stead, and you do not carry her seal. I am sorry,
So I guess I
Siora.
didn't bring her the first time we
I
came
cannot
here, right?
allow you to enter.
I
don't
beg your
remember that.
pardon.
I feel
I
like
did
that
not
was
know.
fresh to me. And even now, I'm like, I don't...
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasach, of the village of Wenchavier.
And so you are a trusted
Siora.
friend
I did
of
not
the
mean to
great
overstep you there.
healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm rambling on about right there. I'm saying something that sounds important. I'm probably already talking. I don't know. This guy looks cool. I like this
I give you
design quite a
warm
bit.
greetings, Glendan. I am
Yeah,
de
that's cool.
Sardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that Enon Milfrictiman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me.
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your
Flow
soul.
like water, be
What
adaptable.
must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
I don't know why that one's in gold. I have no idea why
What
that's
can
in
you
gold.
tell me
I just
about the
noticed it now.
sanctuary?
It is the most sacred
Oh,
place
because
of
it's
the
a
island.
translation.
The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frictimen. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I
That's
to
a-
gather
that-
that there has
that's
never
shocking
been
right
a
there.
high king in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside.
The heart of the island beats near here, the
Close to the
volcano.
center.
And I know
That's it,
that it is
that's-
a place
yeah.
full of life.
Life, light. Important
What
theme.
can you tell me about
symbol.
your god?
That the word God is too small to hold him. He is Tir Fradi in
So that was
all
my
and
comment early comments
everything.
about like the
The wisdom
idea
of
the
his
island
people,
being
the gentleness of his
guardian
rivers,
of
the
sorts.
strength of his
I don't know.
volcano. You
And many-
are looking
what does
for
it say, many
wisdom
faces?
to heal
Is
the
that it's
Renaigse.
people. It's
But
not
you
a
still
creature with
see
many
it
faces.
with the eyes of a sort of Donegat.
You gotta think
He
beyond
is
the
much
symbol.
more
Is it-
than that. He is the essence of all life, of all magic. The spring.
Water symbol again. The spring.
Can you tell me anything more about the role
water
of the
they drink?
council?
We gather
Makes
here
sense.
at every long night and every short night. During these nights, the clans are in disagreement and come here looking for wisdom of the council, and of course also the High King. Those who have complaints against their Mal may also be heard here and find justice. And when important events take place, if the balance is threatened, then we also meet here, so that the wisdom of all might be shared, and that we might act as a same people.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua awelam seg.
Karams, I need to talk to you.
I did not expect this thing
I have to
just
ask you
drop
for
right
another
here.
favor.
I'm listening, Siora.
Do you remember the mine shakers in my village?
So
Yes.
old, you know how long
If I
ago that
understand
was?
correctly, there was some kind of an agreement made with them.
Even though these priests would make good allies
Even now
against the
it's
lions because they hate them as much
impacting
as
me.
we do, my mother would
I was
never
waiting
have
for
traded
this.
the spirits of the people
Sort
of
of
the
hanging
village
there.
in exchange for their help. And she would have wanted
just
to
came
be
earlier.
buried according to our rituals. She was deeply attached to our traditions.
So you think that they're lying?
Yes. And you understand these Renaigse better than I do. Will you investigate this matter with me?
Of course.
Sorry, Petrus.
Let's go.
Sorry, Father Petrus. Once again, I just yeah. I'll get to my story soon. Yeah, so even though I wish that could have come sooner,
You have spoken to Glendon as you wanted. What more can I do for
I was
you?
being all kind.
I was asked to pass the
Now I'm
trial
special.
of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The High Kings and Queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the makings of your soul. One way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. The trials are kept secret. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you. I need to leave.
Good luck. And do not lose yourself in your own reflection.
What could that mean? Reflection is a huge symbol too in fantasy and stuff like that. So, and then you got water, reflection in water, reflection of the soul. The idea that the soul and people in the old days, if they saw the reflection, actually this was like a native superstition. I forget which culture, but if you saw your reflection in the water, they were afraid that the water would trap part of your soul in the reflection. Way long ago. I just gotta deal with these bastards now.
My
That was
child,
weird because he sounded
what
like the
can we
woman.
do for you?
Was that my child? And it super confused me. I thought there was a bug.
We would like to know more about the agreement you supposedly sealed with Bladnid.
I do not see how our agreement concerns the congregation. But since you are asking us, we swore to provide this village with all our support in their fight against the Alliance.
In
Like they
exchange,
sound evil.
its inhabitants will have to renounce their
How can they
pagan
not be evil?
cult
They
and
sound
turn
evil.
towards the light.
My mother would never have made such an agreement. She's the one who encouraged me to become a Donegad.
The Queen had understood that the light was the only
Yeah,
true
shenanigans.
path, even if she was attached to traditions. It is for this reason that we have accepted to seal our agreement according to your own rituals.
She had an engraver come to Falristal. He carved your strange symbols in the stone.
I do not believe a single word of this. You, the people of the light, are nothing but liars.
You would do well to hold your tongue, young lady. This village is now under our spiritual authority.
Right.
By not respecting us,
Wrong
you
answer.
are committing blasphemy.
Against whose laws?
And
Not
blasphemy
theirs. And
is
you're
a
on their
crime that we
space.
punish severely.
Because you
Idiots.
think that you can administer justice here. I am the daughter of Bladnid, and you are...
Siora, let's not get into another battle and
I
make
would
new
easily accept
enemies.
it.
Let's go find this stone.
That is an excellent idea. Then you will see that we are telling the truth.
All right, where was this thing? Yeah, by the campfire. Yeah, well, I guess I don't know. This maybe the Siora quest kicks off after you go to the. You get. Well, I killed these dudes.
Here's the stone we were looking
We
for.
were already been here though, and I ended up.
It is destroyed. We can no longer decipher
spawned
the
back.
symbols. Strange, isn't it?
This stone was damaged on purpose. We will never know the precise terms of the agreement.
There may be a way. Promises in stone are a very ancient tradition. Those who want to make these agreements must turn to a keeper of promises. An artisan who
shapers.
makes the stone speak. There are but a few. We did not have one in our village before Karadek's arrival. He must be the one who engraved this stone.
I thought you could not write.
The Donegada have a secret
I said
writing
that,
that
like,
the keepers
Karadin,
of promises
Karadek.
always
Something like
learn.
that.
Those who want to seal a promise tell them to write,
It's a
and they
cool
take care of it.
process. I really like the idea of what just went there. Yeah, I like the idea a lot. Let's try Shocking. Shocking. Oh, the order of events is that if Siora's quest triggered because of this moment, I don't know how the whole narrative this game is messing me up with narrative patterns, because if you shift things around, the whole ratio continuity thing, I think my head canon is making sense of these things the way that I'm perceiving them, and I'm perceiving them as a story because I like to experience my.
Strange.
I like to have.
It looks like no one's there, but the
That's-
door's left
yeah,
open.
awkward. I like to play games and try to not predict, but I try to work out what the story is to some degree so that I can work towards that. Oops, Glendan. So leader of the Vogelag, I'm going to screw up the words now and compromise myself. So guardians of the heart of the village of Doggengendu, as well as the head of Tirferty's council. Honest and upstanding, he is in charge of organizing the meetings of the clan leaders, as well as ensuring that the elections of the High King are held properly. He is also the protector of Credin Sanctuary. It looks like I also might have screwed up and stumbled around. So this gives me a chance to talk. Yeah, so the narrative ratioing, I'm wondering if like it's just things fall into place to a certain degree where I don't even know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because you can't, because this pushes like this feels like an act. This feels like an Act 3 thing. So maybe it's like a mix of like levels and main plot progression. Like you could push the main plot, but you're gonna go into areas that are very difficult and you can't do them, and so you end up doing quests and you buffer the time until you can eventually get to them and do them. But I do feel like once you're at this level, what is it, close to 30, it's at a point now where I'm still trying to get through this. It's at a point where like I'm knocking everything on its ass, so nothing's a difficulty barrier for me now, so I can completely control the pacing. That said, I do believe I've done all the other quests, and so I'm at a point now where I'm grinding through the end here, regardless of what the level limiters
Empty.
are. No restrictions.
Everything is broken and turned
They're not
upside down.
restrictions. Barriers. Obstacles.
A sculpted, engraved stone.
So we get ourselves
What
in
happened here?
It seems like there was a fight. Everything is scattered around.
This workshop was purposely devastated.
The owner must have left in a hurry, taking a few things and destroying the rest.
Unless someone else did this. We must find Karadeg.
Do you know where he might be?
This engraved stone bears the mark of Baraeg Nodas, Donkas's clan. Do you remember him? Karadeg originally belonged to this clan. He may have returned.
Let's go to Vigigidor and we'll find out.
Such a hard one for me to roll off that. Vigigidor. I wonder if if that means anything. Like when they were coming up the names for these places, some of them are really tough, man. I wonder if it's relevant to something. Like they're using some sort of mechanism for coming up with this language and these sound patterns. I don't know. So back to Duncan.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
We're looking for Karadeg, the Keeper of Promises.
Did he come back to your village?
He did come, and then he left. We could not take him back.
Did you exile him? Why?
He is the one who left. He disagreed with our stance on the Renaigse. He thought that we should be fighting them, throwing them back to the sea. This is why he joined the Gaesrad. And I did not want him to return if it meant that he would bring his hatred with him.
Do you know where he might have gone?
He feared someone or something, and he wanted to hide. He must have left for the woods, south of here. He knows the area well. Is there anything else?
Doesn't seem like it.
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum seg.
Yeah. So off we go into the woods. I might have cut around some stuff here. I didn't finish my thoughts on the whole Vasco relationship thing. What should have happened is, so you have, I forget what the first talk is, but I confirmed it in episode 7 and in whatever 13 to 15. And then the second one is you ask about something with the sea. I also forget the details of that, but I validated it. That's what I chose. And then theoretically, the third piece is when you talk to him again, he's going to ask you something, and it's going to kick off. It's going to be the trigger. But I didn't talk to him again, and so I never saw that. But I do know that I've attempted to trigger a relationship repeatedly throughout the game just by having just checking in with him. I do merchant around here, just clean my stuff out and whatever. And so I tried to kick it off throughout the game, and I haven't been able to do it. But I have seen it on Angel Arch's Let's Play at this point, so I know that he can. I know it can be done, but I, for some reason, cannot get that line despite having done what he did. So I'm going to assume it's one of the on this channel. I find bugs. I find bugs, and so yeah, I'm gonna just say that that's a bug at this point. I don't know what else to say. What am I doing here? Oh, this is where I'm trying to demonstrate here. I'm actually spam clicking left, and look how slow it's going. Like I can't hold it, and it's not speeding through it. It's got a timed kind of click back, but I'm like, I just need to sell some of this stuff. Like I want to sell 50% of it, but I can't do that. I have to go click. But in some of these resources I have, as you've seen, I think I left that in, hundreds. I just want to sell like half. So at one point I just sold all my leathers. I was like, what if I needed that? I don't know. I got a bunch of money, I guess. You can hunt things and get more leather or just buy it all out again from merchants. But in any case, it's annoying that I can't sell 50. And then I realized that the materials weigh 0. So like, why am I selling any of them?
What are you doing with these strangers?
These strangers are my friends, Karadeg. You can speak in front of them without fear.
What do you want?
Tell me about your role as Keeper of Promises. What does it consist of?
Most words must be free and able to fly like birdsong. But some words must survive those who utter them.
Interesting parallel
So
with the
they
hunter.
call on
I'm
the
not here for the
keepers
song, I'm here
of
for the bird.
promises. Those who
that was
want to
interesting.
become one must win the trust of the Donegada and prove their wisdom. Then they teach us the words of stone. And when someone wants to seal a promise, we offer them those words.
So you are a kind of cleric? Thank you, Karadeg.
Do you want to know anything else?
I'm thinking about that symbolism
We
now
would like
with
to
the
ask
whole
you about
bird
a
thing.
stone you
Maybe
supposedly
I'll have time to talk about
engraved.
it.
It is the stone of the Renaigse, isn't it?
Freestyle some ideas.
I should never have accepted to seal such a promise. I did not like them, but I could not refuse to fulfill my duty. Not when Bladnid was demanding it. And now that she is no longer with us, these Monasinaiga are chasing me.
It is because you are the last person to know what was engraved on it. The stone has been destroyed.
I kept the piece of tree bark in which I prepared the glyphs. All the details are there.
With this tree bark, we could verify what my mother promised. Can you give it to us?
No, Donegad. I do not mean to disrespect you, but I will not. The Renaigse only bring us trouble, and you come with them. They will disappoint you just like they disappointed your
Don't say
mother.
that.
I do not want to deal with them ever again. They threaten my life.
You're dead.
And because of them, I am forced to hide here.
So there it is. Again, intuition coming for the win. The fact that you can threaten and then do not assist. I guess you walk away. I don't know how you'd win anything
Since
out
you
of
want
that.
to chase the Renaigse away, and
intuition for
since
the
you
win.
want protection,
I
why
think it's the
don't you
most
join the
important skill
rebels?
of this game,
We
man.
could indicate the location of one of their camps for you.
The rebels?
The Donea Exregao. They fight the Renaigse, and they accept people from all clans.
So that was a cool offering
I
right
have
there. I think
heard
it's a
about
neat,
them, but I didn't know where to find them.
neat idea.
We could help you find them, but we need this tree bark. It's the only way to prove that the priests lied.
Gives him a place,
In that
you know,
case,
where he can belong.
take the tree bark.
Yes.
I hope
It
that
might go
it
up
will help
against,
you to
you know, the
chase these
congregation,
Renaigse away, Donegad.
Or the bridge.
And
Who knows?
I did not think I would say this one day.
What?
But thank you, Renaigse.
What do these glyphs say?
That we will assist the priests in their war against the
Sierra plus
lions, and they must help us in return. There is nothing about the spirits of the people of the village, or renouncing our traditions. I knew they were lying. Let's show this to Iselt.
I like those fast teleports right after a quest line. That's always very, very welcomed. Now, I was misjudging where I was in this arc here.
Siora, Asir, always with your new friends. Bertir to Madisel,
That's what makes me
I'm
feel
happy
like
to
sometimes
see.
it's like
What
off.
do you want?
It's not. It's assuming that maybe it's earlier than, I don't know.
Azeld, about
like we're
this
cool,
pact
man.
your mother
Let's help.
supposedly made with the priests.
Yes. Did you find anything new?
We went to Falristel to see the stone.
Were you able to read it, Siora?
No, because it was destroyed by someone. I am certain that the priests did it to protect their lies.
You're probably right, but for as long as we cannot prove it...
We retrieved the piece of tree bark that Karadeg used as a model.
Siora, what's written on it?
Mother promised to help them against the lions, and they promised to help us in return. There's nothing mentioned about them settling here, and even less about them being entitled to the spirits of the people of our village.
So they lied. They mocked us, and insulted the memory of our mother.
I think it's high time they left. Don't you agree?
I think so too. Come on, let's go.
Dun, dun, dun. Confront
You
the missionaries.
lied to us. You took us for
Oh,
gullible
I just
children.
realized there I could have
Leave
gone
this
to them
village
first.
at once. You will never be welcome here again.
But if you want our help,
damn
with
it,
the
that's what
Alliance,
compromised me.
Your people must convert to the light.
Oh, that's probably, well, that has a 100% chance there, but convince them to leave. I know
By
something
lying, you
compromises
have
me.
insulted the memory of the Queen.
Pretty sure.
The entire village will be happy to make you pay for your affront if they hear about it. You do well to leave before having to face
We'll probably
their
tell
wrath.
them to leave, I
We
guess.
are not here to
maybe
shed
maybe I
blood.
would have got compromised
Very
no matter
well,
what.
we're leaving. But we will
Maybe?
not
I don't know.
forget
I don't know.
your role in this matter, Your Excellency.
But I know that gets me a -1 to Theleme, and it bumps me to nice. God damn it, you know?
I did not think they would leave of
Natives
their own
+1
accord.
again, like I need
Thank
more.
you, Onol Manawi.
Oh.
Thanks to you, we managed to chase away these lawyers.
My perfect score.
And we will be able to perform our rituals and give our mother back to the earth. Yes. Thank you. Our village is in your debt. Shiora, I will need you for the ritual. Will you help me? Of course, Asir.
Boom. We got her to friendly. That would have gotten me a perfect score had I not. Fuck. Had I not screwed that up. I wonder if I had gotten them first, it wouldn't have been a confrontation or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe just telling them to leave anyways feels like maybe it would have gone south anyways. I don't know.
Do you need
and
something?
so I'm trying to see if yeah, she's got any extra info and if she wants to talk about anything to do with the mom.
How did you know that those
burying
missionaries
the
were
mom and
lying?
being up or something.
After all, given the situation, your mother could have wanted to form an alliance.
I knew my mother well. We were close. She would never have
I think I
renounced
screwed
her
up here
beliefs
too.
to forge an
I can
alliance.
explain it because I didn't know what I did at the time. I was reading these, so I tell her that it seems logical given their culture, tell her that sometimes necessity knows no law, and tell her that she might have done it to protect her daughters. And I was like in my head I was like, what's the option that supports her? Because they're given their culture, I'm like, whose culture? The natives' culture or Theleme's culture? Like, what's the subject there? And so I picked the daughter one, thinking.
However, couldn't she have renounced it in hope of protecting
Which didn't
her
come out
daughters?
right. As soon as when it
Perhaps,
came out that way, I was like,
but
it
she
was
knew
good.
us just as well as we knew
But
her. And she knew that we
I was sort of
rather
saying, like, I don't
die in
believe you
battle
because
than
maybe your
renounce
mom
our
like was a
beliefs.
traitor. I was like,
Anything
no,
else?
that's not what I wish I didn't. Ugh.
Why are you and
So
your
I'm
sister
fairly
so
certain the
different?
first option was the better
If
one.
you're talking about physical differences,
Makes
they're
sense
linked
in
to the
hindsight,
fact
but
that
it's- I was
Iselt
so
is not
confused.
on Olmenawi. When we were little, we were perfectly identical.
I had forgotten
But
this
our
detail or
tempers
didn't get
were
it.
always
I knew they were
different.
sisters, obviously, but identical, and one became this. Yeah, we had that talk with her about. Oh wait, I think it's right now actually. That's it. Tell her that you're glad that she is gentler than her sister, or ask her what kind of child she was. Now, I don't know.
I
where
have
this is
no
getting
trouble
at, but
believing it.
I'm glad I didn't get
And
a
I'm
warm
glad
mother.
that out of the two sisters, it is the gentler one who is by my side now.
She didn't seem
Gentler.
to like that though.
Really? The lion soldier on the battlefield would not have agreed.
She did not seem
Anything
happy with that
else?
answer. I'm like, what did I say? I'm saying that it's better to have you as a guide
I've
and
never
you're
heard
cool
you talk
and
about
chill
your father.
than
Who
always
was
wanting to
he?
get in fights.
He
That's all.
was the Donegad of our clan. He died many cycles ago, but
Maybe that
this
kicked off the
memory
relationship
is
with her.
still painful.
Asking her
So
about
we
her childhood.
usually avoid the subject.
What
Yeah, so the
happened
father.
to him?
We finally got
He
an
was
answer here.
killed as he tried to escape the lions who wanted to capture him. My mother never really recovered from it. This is one of the reasons why she decided to go to war. Anything else?
I must pass the trial of water. Do you know anything about it?
I have heard it talked about. It is a trial that all must pass if they wish to become the High King. One says that the trial reveals the true personality of those who pass it. My mother passed it during the last election, but it was Vinbar that was elected in the end.
Did she tell you about it?
A little, but it is a secret trial. It is important that you give your whole heart to it. I know that you must choose your path in your way. Combat is not necessarily
it's the
the
third
best
time someone's telling
response,
me I don't need to
even if it
kill
allows you to
shit
get to
in
where
3
you are
strokes.
going. If you are confronted with animals, remind yourself
cool that
that
it
they
came
must
from her.
feed. And there are ways of altering food to
What a
make
great
those
hint.
who eat it fall into a deep and peaceful sleep.
Is that an idea that your mother used? It's clever. Thank you.
Anything else?
Maybe you don't get that if you don't talk to her, you know?
See you later.
But, yeah. So we have to complete the trial at this point, and everything else seems clean again. Except for this. I swear to God. Like, if I'm at the end, I don't know how I could possibly get Teleme up. It's those in the Bridge Alliance are the roughest for me. I didn't think I'd even get to this point, but Talam is the worst. For me, it's worse than the Bridge Alliance. It's like I had so many opportunities to destroy the relationship with them, you know? So the fact that I'm stuck there now, it's not even a completionist thing. It's like I didn't anticipate getting to this, you know, but I did. And so now I want it. I want to end the game that way. So anyways, I'll catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, everybody. Peace.